Now, I know people are probably tired of talking about taxes with the deadline having, just passed us, but it's something that is always going to be a factor. And when it comes to tax planning, a Roth IRA, pretty ideal because you're taking the tax hit on your contribution now, and then the gains grow tax-free. But what if the government says you make too much to put money in a Roth? Is there a workaround that you guys can help out with?
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. So on the concept of the Roth IRA, I think the overarching theory behind it is that taxes are going to go up, and you stand a better chance of keeping more of what you have, or keeping more of what you've earned by paying taxes now, paying tax on the seed versus paying tax on the harvest. And I know we've done some segments with Ed Slaughter. There's some some sound bites that you have of his. I love his take on IRAs because he's all or nothing. I recently listened to one of his podcasts, and he describes the concept of the IRA, the tax-deferred conversation versus the Roth IRA, the tax-free, is kind of like going to the dentist. And it was very descriptive. And he says, taxes are kind of like tartar and decay on your traditional IRA. Huh. It's just kind of that situation where, you could delay going to the dentist and put it off and kind of avoid a little bit of pain over time instead of, taking care of it on a regular basis and kind of chipping away at it. And you're going to end up having a lot more problems by doing that. By avoiding some short-term pain, right now, you're going to end up having a bigger problem with implants and all different types of teeth issue. You're going to lose them essentially. So that's kind of this concept, and I've kind of adopted some of that thought process when it comes to the Roth IRAs and the Roth conversions. Now, prior to 2010, you were phased out from converting if you made a certain amount of money. If you were a high wage earner, 2010. Before that, you couldn't make any conversions. But I believe following 2010, they allowed you to pretty much, make a conversion. They took that earnings test away, and you could convert any amount of money you wanted. And then they actually let you split the tax bill up. I don't know if you guys remember this, but you could split it up over 2 years, I think, 2 or 3 years from 2011, 12, and 13. So it was really the deal of the century. And so the concept of the Roth backdoor IRA is similar in that it's allowing higher income earners to contribute to a Roth, kind of going around in the back door to get away from those earnings limitations that previously or that are currently prohibiting higher wage earners from making Roth contributions. So the strategy works like this. First and foremost, you're going to have to make a non-deductible contribution to your traditional IRA. So that's really the first step. There's no income limitations when you're making non-deductible contributions to your traditional IRA. So anybody can do it. The second step is then you're going to want to convert that contribution over into your Roth IRA. And after contributing to your traditional IRA, the next step, you contribute to your Roth, and that involves basically moving the money. We can do that at the custodial level. We move it from your IRA. We just do a simple journal into the Roth IRA. Now, the catch is that there's taxes due. Anytime that you move money from a traditional to a Roth, you're going to have some taxes. So generally, you're not able to pick and choose which deposits that you want to convert from traditional to Roth. You can't say, I'm just going to convert my non-deductible contributions to the Roth and avoid paying taxes that year. There's a rule, it's what we call the aggregate rule, which essentially, if you have pre-tax balance in your IRA, the percentage of that non-deductible contribution that you made as a percent of the overall IRA that's deductible, that is what is taxed when you make that conversion. So sometimes it's even more beneficial if you don't have any balance at all on your traditional IRA, or maybe it's just all in your 401k, where you can essentially make a non-deductible IRA contribution and convert only that deposit into your Roth. So that's generally the backdoor Roth, as I understand it. It's a great way for higher wage earners to get money into a Roth that they previously didn't have access to. Yes, you do pay some taxes, but you enjoy tax-free growth over the next 20 or 30 years. Now, sometimes clients will say, well, can't the government change the rules? If I put all this money into a Roth IRA, what if they change the rules and say, it's taxable? I think that's not likely to happen. I don't think they could tax the money twice, but you never know. You can't sometimes trust these guys and gals as far as you can throw them. But, I think the opportunity is now. We know that the tax rates are historically low. Just the peace of mind alone, knowing that, hey, I got Uncle Sam out of the way. I don't have to worry about taxes regardless. Maybe they'll, mess around the fringes a little bit and say, kind of like how municipal bond interest is, contributes to the taxability of some of your other earnings, but not likely. So it's just an opportunity that you can take advantage of as a higher wage earner that I think you should probably consider.
Yeah, really, and again, the question is, can you have a Roth IRA with high income? The answer is yes. It's just a matter of navigating the rules, knowing how the rules apply to your situation. And I think, big area is if you think for your family, if you're a successful saver and investor towards your retirement, do you believe that tax rates will be higher for your family than they currently are? And if you believe that tax rates could go up in the future, one of the things we'd love to do for you is run a tax roadmap, help you do an analysis to figure out what are the strategies, and we'll take you through the tax savers checklist and look at this strategy plus 24 more on that checklist.
Very valuable offer there, and just a way to make sure that you pay what you are obligated to pay to the government, but hopefully not a penny more than that. And I think regardless of what your retirement dreams are, being able to keep as much of your hard-earned money as possible is really what it's all about. So give a call, explore these options, and see how to have that tax-savvy retirement plan. 419-794-3030, or go to the website, americasretirementheadquarters.com. Or arhq.com if you prefer. And we want to thank you for joining us this week here on the show, here on America's Retirement Headquarters. Please have a great week ahead of you. Be safe out there. And gentlemen, thanks for the time as always. And as we wrap up, want to leave you with the final word.
Yeah, it's Judge Leonard Hand's quote is, there's two systems of taxation, one for the informed and one for the uninformed. So let's get together and get you informed on your retirement and tax saving ideas. Just remember, when you think retirement, think America's Retirement Headquarters. It's home of the Retirement Guys formula and America's Medicare Associates.